right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's show. This is a live event that we usually do every month, and today we have an interesting panel here with me today. I have three people now. It's usually one person, but today I have three uh, panels joining me today. So to begin with, my name is Tony Kit Kimboy, and I am a developer advocate for Streamlit at Snowflake. So to just kind of kick things started, today we are joined by the winners of three separate Major League Hacking hackathons. And if you're not familiar with MLH or Major League Hacking, it's the official student hackathon league where students can participate and build stuff and get rewarded for it as well. So these events are where kind of technology meets creativity, and our panelists today here are representing their teams, and they actually participated and won in some recent MLH hackathons. So we'll be able to hear from them today and see what they built. So be ready for some demos and some interesting conversations today. So uh, just a quick reminder for those who are watching, if you have any questions throughout this entire live event, please put them in the chat. We'll be able to fill those questions at the end, and it could be questions for me or for panelists. So please remember that. And without even wasting any time, let's get to it. So let's meet the panelists first. So first up, we have Team Footprint, represented by Ethan Zing, and they bagged the Streamlit Prize at Rhythm Hacks. So hi, Ethan. All right, welcome. And next, we have Surdip Pal. He's from the QRAI team, and they also won a Streamlit Prize at Status Code Zero Hackathon. All right, nice to meet you, Surdip. And last but not least, we have a solo hacker. He doesn't have any team. He's the team. And his name is Hashivadan Bajoria. He won the Streamer Prize at the Waffle Hacks Hackathon. Hi, Hashivadan. All right, cool. So without further ado, let's just kick off this interesting session here today. So I'll start with Ethan from Team Footprint. Ethan, I know you're presenting your team, but we also want to acknowledge your team because all of you participated in this. So I'll give you a few seconds here to kind of say their names of your teammates.
All right, so my team was me, Matthew Singer, James Lee, and Alexander Rusutu.
All right. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Want to appreciate. We can get everybody on camera, but we want to appreciate their efforts as well. And Ethan, can you tell us about Project Footprint that you built, and why did you decide on that idea as a team?
Right, so Footprint is this carbon footprint tracking platform that we made. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's this carbon footprint tracking app that we made because we always knew that we wanted to do something related to the environment. And while we were trying to research data for it, we realized that there wasn't this good tracker that was accessible and practical. So we decided to make one for ourselves.
Oh, cool. That's very interesting innovation there from you all. I'm excited to see the demo app, and I'm sure probably the audience is as well. And what motivated you and your team to use Streamlit? Did you guys already know about Streamlit, and what kind of led to you guys picking Streamlit to use for the hackathon?
We didn't really know of Streamlit before the hackathon, but like we were looking through the prizes and all the categories there were, and we thought like Streamlit was this really interesting new thing that we really wanted to try out.
Yeah. Ah, interesting. By happenstance, huh? This is would like to know more about what you think about it now that you've used it. So that's very interesting. All right. So without even taking any time, please feel free to share your screen. We'll start with the architecture diagram of your project.
Okay.
Before we get to the demo.
All right. Can you guys see everything? Is everything good?
Yes, we can see ourselves.
All right. Can you guys see this?
All right. Let's see. We should go to the architecture diagram. I think we're seeing the same screen as ourselves.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, just give me a second. Okay. Is this good?
All right. I think you just need to switch to the there you go. Now we can see it. I think also the resolution is not so great, so it's not really visible as much.
It should be. That's the highest I can get it to.
Yeah, bandwidth. All right. Yep, I think we can see it a bit now. Just zoom in a bit.
Okay, yeah. So we start off on the homepage here, and then so on our homepage we have data and like an overview of like the current state of the world and the carbon footprint that everyone is emitting. So we get the data, and then using Pandas data frame and Streamlit chart functions, we display that data on the homepage. Then we can switch pages to like the main part of our website, which is the survey. And there's user input on every page, and that user input is then stored in a list, which we use to calculate your results, which is outputted on the results page here. And then throughout the survey, there's switch page functions where you can go to your past page or your next page to like adjust your results. And then we have this recommendations page, which takes information from your results. And then through another user input, we custom made some recommendations that are based on the price point that you're willing to spend on like conserving energy. And we have this separate to-do list, which is just to help people like stay on track with their goals for carbon to reduce their carbon footprint. And there's like we can clear data as well. And then for all of the pages, we found something really useful that Streamlit could help us do with CSS styling, which we applied to all of our pages here. And I'll share my website now. Can you guys see this?
Yes, we can see it, and
All right.
yeah, we'll share the link to your app as well. And
All right.
I've shared it on the chat as well. I think
All
it's
right.
on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. So we have this introduction page where it talks about our mission, an overview of like, or a summary of like the carbon emissions in the world and some graphs of data regarding carbon emissions. And now we move on to our main part of our website, which is the survey. You can input different stuff, like for example, if you drive a lot, if you fly a lot, if you have an electric vehicle, et cetera, et cetera. And then once you're done this survey, which you guys can do,
Yeah. Hey, Ethan,
yeah,
I think the resolution is still really bad. Let's try one more thing.
sorry.
Yeah.
Should I share my screen again?
Yeah, you can share. We just need to try to adjust the resolution. I think
All right.
the bandwidth today is not so great, but
All right. Sorry
we'll give
about
it a
that.
best shot.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Is this better?
Is it on 1080p?
Here. Yeah, 1080p.
All right. Yeah, I think it's not really the best, but I think it
All
could
right, my
be.
apologies. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah, my apologies.
it's all right.
It's okay. So once we go through the survey,
Yeah,
you're put to your results page, and you can see the amount of like in tons, the amount of carbon emissions you emit in a year. And we also
yeah,
give you a good visualization of how many trees you would need to plant to offset your emissions.
yeah.
And
Can
now we
you?
can go to our, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just can you try zooming it in a bit?
Oh,
Since the
right, of
resolution is really
course.
bad, we're trying to make sure that
Yeah.
at least it's a bit visible.
All right, so yeah,
There you go.
so
That
you
might be better.
get a good taste of like how many emissions you emit and then the amount of trees that you need to offset your emissions. And now we can go here to your carbon emissions reduction advisor. This is a slider based on how much money you're willing to spend on reducing your carbon emissions. Let's say you're kind of a picky spender, you don't want to spend that much money, and you only want to spend $90. There's cheaper options such as plant-based meals and home gardening. If you're more of a mid-range spender, you can get e-bikes, solar panels, and if you're really willing to like spend a lot of money, there's a lot more expensive options as well. Now moving on to our to-do list. Let's say you want to buy a reusable water bottle, and it's very important, or yeah, and yeah, you want to do it today. So it helps, it puts the task here at the bottom. And then once you're done, you can clear your completed tasks like that. Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
So I guess a quick rundown on it, since I think the main issues really is the resolution is not so great. So, and I guess to offset that, we can talk about it more. So the app itself, you have somebody logs in, and I've shared also the app on. I think it shows up on YouTube. If you go to the YouTube, for those who are viewing, if you go to YouTube on the comments, you should be able to see the app there. Link. It's Footprint. If you can't see it, it's Footprint streamlit.app. And what I can do as well is share it here, so you can see it. And there it is on the screen underneath there. You can see, just go to that app, https /footprint.streamlit.app. And once you're in that app, just play around with it. You will see the same thing he was sharing, although the resolution will be greater on your part now. Uh, so the gist of it, can you just explain when somebody logs onto that app, what do they see and what, like just in simple terms, real quick?
Right. So when they get logged onto the app, you're put on the homepage, and that just gives you a rundown of what, like the general gist of what a carbon footprint is. It explains what the mission of the website is, and then
Okay.
there's a button that can put you into the survey, and it tells you like a rundown of what is in the survey.
Okay. Awesome. Yep, I think that that's very helpful, and I think this is great project that you built there, because I personally, there's driving. There's so many ways that we can offset carbon footprint. Probably prefer walking a bit sometimes rather than just kind of driving
Yeah.
everywhere. So this is an interesting way of everybody kind of interacting with it and seeing how much predictability, kind of how much of their carbon footprint they have out there. And
Mhm.
also a great way that well, one thing that I really found very interesting with your application as well is you don't only provide people with, for them to see the metrics, you also give them a solution of, hey, maybe if you reduce this or use this other option, this is how much you are kind of offsetting. So that's a really great app. Congratulations to you for your team for
Yeah.
winning
Yeah.
the,
Thank you.
the hackathon. Great. So our next panelist is Sir Dip Pal. Hi, Sir Dip. And first question to you as well. Can you tell us about, first of all, before even you tell us about the project, acknowledge your teammates that participated with you? Can you hear me?
Hello, am I audible? Hello. Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
can
yeah.
hear you.
So,
Yeah, I think it's,
hello? Yeah,
yeah, we can
yeah.
hear
Just
you.
repeat the question once again.
So who are your teammates? Whom did you participate in the event with?
Hello.
Apologies. I think we have a lot of bandwidth issues today. All right, so we'll go ahead to and go to Hashavadan while we still wait for Surdep for the connection to improve. So Hashavadan, you're a solo hacker here. You don't have a team, so you don't really have anybody to introduce other
Yes.
than yourself. But you did build BriefWise for your project for the hackathon. And so can you tell us what BriefWise is and why did you pick that as your project?
So while building for the hackathon, I found out a problem, which was like there's a ton of content out there currently in different websites, different YouTube channels, or maybe different places that's out there, even resources sheet. So this poses a problem for each and every researcher out there or a student out there that they're not able to find the right content and summarize it so that they are able to understand which content is much better for them and get the right benefit from it. So for this whole particular issue, we have come up with an application that's named Briefwise, which tells with the name itself that it's with his like wise capability, which is given by Azure AI services. It is briefing each and everything, also providing you the sentiment of the document, so that you understand that whether it's a document which is positive, neutral, or a sad one.
Oh, nice. So more of like a sentiment analysis.
Sentiment analysis along with a summarization app.
That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, and what kind of did you know about Streamlit before this, or like what kind of prompted you to use Streamlit to build your project?
So previously, I have been using Streamlit to build different innovations out there in hackathons.
Okay.
For this particular project, I used Streamlit because it was one of the like project which I had to build within one day. So
Oh,
Streamlit was one of the best choice because it allows me to quickly build up on my idea, and I have all the services and ideas ready. So I just needed a user interface, which Streamlit gave it to me.
oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Glad to hear that you are a long time Streamlit user here. So, yeah, let's just kind of get into the application that you built. Can you share the architecture diagram so we kind of see the backend logic of your app?
Sure. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is. Yes, we can see your diagram. Yep, there you go. I think okay, there you go. The resolution is better on this one now.
Okay, that's great.
All right.
So this is how the whole architecture looks. So first of all, we have the input which goes from upload a PDF, or either you can enter your text. So if you're uploading a PDF, it extracts the text content using the Python libraries and then splits it into chunks for better processing of the data. So we are splitting it into chunks so that the model is able to process the data effectively and not miss any important part or any important information that it receives. And second of all, we have the analyze sentiment, but we'll go into it a bit later. So first of all, after the text is split into chunks, and if the analyze sentiment is ticked yes, then it takes the chunks from the above space and sends it to the cognitive service, which is Azure Sentiment Analysis. And then the result are sent into the results.txt file. It gets saved over there. Along with that, it is shown to the user as the sentiment of the document. The splitted chunks are also sent to the LLM model, which is again using the Python vectorization, and
Okay.
cognitive service, which is Azure Text Summarizer. And both of these are again stored in the result as summary 1 for LLM model, as we can see over here, summary 1, and cognitive service as summary 2. So
Okay.
the summary 1 and summary 2 are displayed on the screen as the output. And this results.txt is converted into an audio files for the people who have impairments or vision disabilities. They are not able to read much, or they have issues with that screen time. They can just get the audio file. So using GTTS and Azure speech text to speech service, it converts it into an audio, and then there is a download button available for the end user. So if they want it for later use, they can download the text file, which is this results.txt, or the audio file. So this is how the whole application works.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a few things jump out in your application, and this is great you sharing this. For the LLM model, can you share more about what LLM model you're using there?
Yep. So I can directly show you the code. Maybe that would be much better. So this is the code for the LM model which I was talking about. So what I
You
am
can
doing
zoom.
is I'm using the Python. Is the
Can you
code
zoom?
visible?
Yeah, can you zoom it in a bit? I think it's a little far away.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's better.
Yes. Okay, great. So over here, I'm using the pre-built sklearn models. So I'm using the TF-ID vectorizer. So first, what I'm doing is taking it as a tokenizer and sending it as a summary of maximum 3 lines with the parameters. So once I'm doing is what I'm doing is like making into a list of paragraphs and then using TF-ID vectorizer along with some parameters which I tried out with different languages with different parameters, like changing the min diff to 3 or 4, max diff to something else. And out of this particular combination worked much better. After
Okay.
using this, I'm just sending it out there, all the sentences, getting the response from it, and then pre-processing it and sending it back as my summary to the model.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty cool, showing the kind of under the hood of what's happening in your application. So I think most of our audience have kind of gotten the context of what it does. Would you be able to share the demo itself, and so we can see it running? And also for the audience, I've put the application here for Briefwise by Hackathon. You can see it on the screen there. You can go to that link, and you'll also get to play with that application and test it out yourself as well.
I think this application was running right now. The
All right.
server is in error.
Okay. We'll navigate
Okay,
through
I
it.
think many people are accessing the application, and that's why it has gone down.
It's running out of resources. Okay.
Yep.
Uh, so
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just checking it and getting back in 2 minutes, maybe.
All right. Yeah, I think we are definitely
I think
running
too
into.
many people are accessing the application right now. That's crazy. But
All right, let's
I'm
see.
just rebooting the app. Maybe that would work.
Yeah, you can try rebooting it first.
I think there's some other. Okay, rebooting right now.
Yes. Apologies, everyone. We are definitely experiencing a lot of technical issues today. And, we
I
got
think a lot of people just clicked on the app and were trying out. So the traffic went huge right now, and there was no scalability present.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's give it a moment to load up. Um, in the meantime, as well, we can talk about it a bit. And on your architecture diagram, there was also the TTS part of it, and I think that was really neat
Yep.
to be able to accommodate for different accessibility for people that can't read, for example. I think that was very cool. And let's see something else. Yeah, so for the LLM model, I think that's where did you use OpenAI or any open source models there?
Yep. So this cognitive service is actually Azure AI
Okay.
service, which is if I can just show you maybe.
And also for your demo, if it doesn't work, and you can also run it on localhost if you have it. That way we don't.
If it doesn't work, I have the demo video, so I can show you the demo video right away.
Okay, let's just do the demo video as well.
I am just showing the Azure service so that like everyone knows that okay, this is how they can also quickly build the API maybe. So yeah, this is the service which I use. So this is the text summarizer. So this is an AI service, and what it does is, suppose we have this long conversation, we can directly click on this like run, and it will run. So this is just a demo website, but if you want something like that, we can like create a language resource and follow the quick start to incorporate it.
To get the API. Okay, cool. All right, let's see if your app is now up, so we can. All right, let's
I
do.
think it's up. Yep.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right,
now it's working.
nice working. All right.
What happened?
Uh, and as well, we have. Oh, it dropped a bit.
Okay, there's something happening in the backend.
All right. Do you have the video? We can use the video
Yep,
that you
I
recorded.
have the video.
Yes, let's use the video. And server depth was having major issues as well. And if we don't get through most of these applications today, we'll put the application links on the chat and also share it here so that folks can try it out and see what these applications that the teams built as well.
So if anyone is looking for the like documentation of the application, they can find it in this GitHub repository also. So if they want it, they can like run it in the local machine also. Everything is mentioned over there.
All right.
So yeah, is it like is the audio going?
Yeah,
Like is
you
it?
you can yeah you can take out the audio and just kind of I guess forward to the point where you're actually running the application itself.
Okay.
Yes. In the meantime, I think we also Third is having a lot of issues, and this is what happens when we have everybody international and different. This is what happens when we have different bandwidths, zones, and different bandwidths.
Okay, I think the application itself started working, so now we do not have any issues.
All right.
So yeah, so
All
we
right.
can just look at the application. So for example, I'm just going for a random text. Let's say Chandrayaan 3. and I just copy it so that I want a summary of this whole paragraph
Okay.
and paste it out here. And I click on analyze the sentiment for me. And when I click on summarize, it runs it in the background. It says the sentiment is negative. Maybe there's some negative thing present over here. Yes, it says that it was launched, but it could not complete the last mission, and that's why it says negative,
Okay.
which is like we can see over here, but missed a wake up call on 22nd September 2023, eliminating the hopes of revival. So it's a negative text altogether, and that's why it says negative. The LLM model is giving this as the summary, which is like taking all the important information out there and also putting it over here. While the Azure AI service is giving us this brief summary, which is summary 2. We also have the audio file ready. So,
Yeah, I don't think we can hear it.
yep. So this is the audio file, and we can
Okay.
either download the text file or the audio file.
Okay.
So if we want, we can download the text file, and this is how it will look. So this is how the text file would look like. The sentiment will be mentioned, summary 1 and summary 2.
Yeah. Cool.
So we can also upload the like text file out here or any PDF file in any case that you want. So let's upload sample file.
Okay. And what file types does it upload? I guess people can upload to
So currently it's supposed TXT and PDF as mentioned over here.
Okay.
So I uploaded one sample text file. I clicked on summarize. So it's just an animation that's I has put. Now it says the sentence is positive and the summary is out here. So that two summaries are there for me. So it's actually a letter to a sister that's present out here. If I can show the file. So yeah, this is the letter which was present as like someone who is presenting to a sister. And it says it's positive along with the like summaries. Again, the summary is present and the text and audio file is ready for use.
All right. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. I think I'll put it on the screen again, and folks can try it and play around with it. And I think it's pretty responsive as well, and that's something that is very interesting. So for you, I'll kind of circle back to the question for you. So for you, what were the main things that kind of drew you to use Streamlit? I know you said you've been a user of it in the past, but what kind of what's something that's what are the kind of the most interesting things that you find with Streamlit, especially when you're building?
So the most interesting thing about Streamlit is like it's pretty simple to use. So like let me just tell you how simple it is. So if we see the code over here, it's like pretty small code and it's not doing something big. Even if we like see for the gradient text, it's a simple HTML code which is embedded in the Python code itself. And as you all know, like if you are building any AI application or any application that is used for data science, it's pretty well received with Python, except for like JavaScript, Node.js, and it quite difficult for like integrating out there. So Python makes it quite simple, and as Streamlit is a Python library, it makes your work and task easy. For the file uploader, as you can see, just a simple line that I used. For the text area, again a simple line, and that does my work. For the checkbox, again a simple line, and my work is done along with the button.
Okay.
You can see like the code is pretty short, concise, and simple and easy to use, so that you can get along with your innovation without writing long code for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we hear that a lot.
Yes.
Folks building with Streamlit. And we're glad that you like it as well. And for Ethan, I know for you as well, this was your first time. What do you think of it now that you've used it?
Yeah, I think it's also like very good to use because of how simple it is, and I think that it's really nice that the simplicity of it all doesn't come with like a compromise because you can still customize your website a lot because of the CSS that you mentioned previously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, for we weren't able to get Sir Dib on today. He's having a lot of technical issues, and but what we will do as well, we'll share the applications that his team built, and so the audience can interact with it as well, and just kind of play around with it. So we'll share that after the show. But I want to take this time to kind of thank you, the panelists, for coming on today and sharing your applications and your innovations as well. And congratulations one more time for winning with your projects. And to the audience, thank you for joining us today. And with the minor technical issues, of course, it's things that we'll also end up kind of expecting and unexpected as well. And I think before we close out here, I think you have your hand raised, Shivadan.
Um, yep. So there's one small thing I forgot to tell. So Streamlit is also useful because of its latest feature, Streamlit Cloud, which I think everyone should explore. It allows you to deploy a website with just one click. That's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good thing that you mentioned that. Yes, we do have Streamlit Community Cloud. Yes, you can deploy unlimited applications so long as they're public, and you have one private app that you can also deploy. So that's another extra input that you can use as well. So with that said, please make sure to follow us on our social media. It's at Streamlit on X, LinkedIn, and also on YouTube. Please follow us for more updates. We have this show going on every month or every other week. So please subscribe, follow us, stay tuned for more events that are going to be happening in the near future. And with that, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and goodbye, and see you next time.